Yes, so beautiful people, how you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing great. In fact, the G is reaching us right now. In fact, a whole lot is happening. And of course, I told you before that I'm going to bring more interesting and insightful stories to us here because there are a whole lot of things that we have to, that we need to know about the palace that we don't know of. There are some that we already know and there are some that we don't know. So it's good for us to time bring out some of these things. And of course, what I want to tell you, what I have for us today is about the Onis Palace and the practices, some things that are deeper, that even some of these Oloris are doing that we don't even know of. So, in the heart of Ile-Ife, where tradition and royalty bred as one, there are customs that time itself has refused to erase. Customs so powerful that even the modern palace cannot ignore them. Today, we take you deep inside the Onis palace to uncover seven ancient practices that still shape the throne. Number one, Ibori, the sacred head cleansing ritual. Before major decisions, it is believed that a king's destiny must be refreshed. Even Oni himself bows to this ancient rite. For in Yoruba thought, the head is the seat of destiny. Of course, it is. Now, number two, we talk about the Olojo festival. We all already know about the Olojo festival. Every year, the Onish steps out not as a man, but as a bridge between heaven and earth. The world watches as prayers are offered for peace, rain, and harvest. This festival has continued for centuries unchanged. Okay? Now, the number three, the sacred head. These are not ordinary ornaments. Yes, the sacred beads that we see people wear all around Ile-Ife, especially people that are in the palace. Not just the Kabiyesi alone. There are other people in the palace like the Ifa priest, the elders. There are some of these beads we see them put on. We think they are just ordinary bead. They are not, my dear people. They say these are not ordinary beads. They are not ordinary ornaments or beads that we think they are. Each bead carries spiritual weight, worn only by those permitted by tradition. To touch them without authority is to invite calamity. Omo, this one shockalize me o. Even to touch them, say na wahala, big problem. Now you don't carry be that. You are welcome back again to my channel. Nice meeting you here once again. It is my pleasure to have you here. If you have been watching, you have not subscribed, subscription is free. All you need to do is just to tap on that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, so whenever I drop my videos, you get notified. Come down the comment section and drop your opinion, what you feel about this very gist, okay? And don't forget to share so that others will learn one or two. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. My correct people, like I promised you guys, I'm going to be bringing different stories so that we can learn a whole lot, okay? Because we are here actually to learn, not just to hear the gbas, but it is always good for us to learn something, to know that, okay, so thing is actually happening in the palace. We cannot just be out there, like we cannot just be so innocent that we will not know some of the things that are actually going on in the palace. It's very important for us to know, so that we will know when certain things happen, we know that, okay, this is the reason why this thing could happen, or this could be the reason, or we can easily, know somehow what is really going on. So that's the reason why it's important for us to know some of these major events or major custom and traditions that happen around the palace of Kabiyesi, okay? So that is why it's very, very important, my people. So now, number four is the Oriki. Now, when we talk of the Oriki now, we talk of the royal praise, poetry, okay, before the Oni eats. There's this particular man who always say, hey, will be shaking, something. He will raise his hand. Those of us who have seen Oni on different occasions, that man is the one chanting the Oriki. okay, poetry every morning, every time you see Oni coming out. Oni don't just come out without that Oriki be said. They say even before the Oni eats, like before he eats his food, okay, before he eats and before he enters gatherings, they must chant words of power are, spoken. And you see the reason why the Oloris do not even prepare his meal, because how will they even do it? Today want to go to Olori A to go and eat, they will chant Oriki to that side. He want to go to Olori B and chant. So you can see even one of the major reasons why he has to have his own separate kitchen where he eats his food, and everything is in Kabiesi's chamber. And of course, those who prepare his food are not even mere people. They are not just an ordinary random person out there that they will just employ. These people has to be kind of people who carry some elements of some power, some they has to be fortified. They are not just an ordinary people, because the way and manner they prepare Kabiesi's food is totally different from every other person out there, because he is not just an ordinary king. He is the Onirisha, okay, the one that stand between the ancestors and the living. So he is the one that is between the Orishas and the people of the great Yoruba race. So that is the reason why everything about him is very, very sacred, okay. So before he enters any gatherings, words of powers are spoken. In Yoruba belief, Ashe, that is authority. Ashe flows through the tongue. Yes, we all know that powers, authority flows through the tongue. Okay, words are not mere sounds, they are forces that shape reality. You all see it now. So they are real words that you have to really that is why Kabiyesi, before he comes out, before he eats, the Oriki has to be said. Now if you want to look at the biblical ties to this very event right now, you can see that just as Proverb 18:21 says, "Pie and life are in the power of the tongue. Even the palace of Ile-Ife lives by this truth." That is why that Oriki is very, very important. Okay? It's like rainy prayer, rainy blessings, just to, keep the Kabiyesi on and everything on point. Now, number 5, the royal meals offered first to the ancestors. I actually brought this very particular story here. What Kabiyesi does every morning, he prepare the royal meal even before Kabiyesi could eat. That is the first thing that happened. First thing every morning, he prepare the offered. The royal meals offered first to the ancestor before the Oni dines. Yes, before he eats, a portion is dedicated. It means every food that he will eat every morning, every day, portion of it has to be dedicated to the ancestors. This act binds the living with the departed. So to show you that these things has been there right from time immemorial, like right from like the source of the root of Ile-Ife. These things has been practiced even up till tomorrow. Number 6 is the midnight vigil of the palace women. Few know this. How many of you actually know this, that that there is a midnight vigil that's that the palace women used to carry out? Few of us actually know. Me personally, I don't really know about these things. You see the reason why we have to start bringing some stories here, so that we can learn a whole lot. Now they said there's a midnight vigil that these women used to carry out every night, okay? It might not be every night, but there's a particular night assigned for that. But within the palace walls, songs and prayers rise at night for protection and peace. Their voices guard the throne while others sleep. Omo, you can see that. So it shows you that these Oloris, maybe part of the Oloris, or maybe there are women that are assigned to that particular duty, who usually at night they sings and pray, render prayers, they sing just to protect and keep the peace of the palace while others are sleeping. It means that while you are asleep, the only thing you'll be hearing is the songs and the prayers that is being said. correct people. Now they hear this thing like this, as me too, I dey hear am. And of course, finally, the number 7 is the sacred rooms of the palace, where ancient objects are kept untouched and unseen by outsiders. These rooms hold more than history. They hold mysteries. That is the reason why this sacred room, it is only Kabiyesi and some selected Ifa priest that can enter those kind of room. The room is not made for any other person. If you like, you are, whether you are a prince or whether you are the Kabiyesi's favorite, you are not allowed into this particular sacred room. It is made for Kabiyesi and selected Ifa priest. If you are not among the Ifa priests that has been appointed to go inside this room, when you go in, whatever you see, you take it like that, because definitely there's nobody that will go in there and still return the way that person is, because it is mainly for Kabiyesi and also for selected Ifa priests. So this custom and tradition, sometimes when we hear this thing, we think it's just a mere say, but they are truth and they are standing evidence that are still there up till tomorrow. So as the palace blends modern life with these unbroken traditions, one question lingers: how much longer can such customs stand in a world that is changing? These are the questions. How long can this custom actually stand? Because obviously some persons will say, all this one with time, with religion. But this religion has been there for years. Yet even Queen Naomi has actually been in the palace, where she actually carry her own prayers and does her own thing, her own way, without anybody interfering. And yet this custom and traditions are still very, very much observed, even up until now, up till tomorrow. So my correct people, do you think that it is with time these customs and tradition will actually change, or do you think that it cannot change? What is your opinion? Come down the comment section and also drop your opinion, what you feel about this very gist. Thank you so much for standing by. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. I appreciate you. God bless you. Till I come your way again, have a beautiful day. Bye bye.